Action.
Hi. Did I say that too quickly?
Perfect.
Okay. I'm Rick Harsch. This is Corona Samizdat's. It's the other side of the headquarters. Headquarters is over there. Camera. Back. Enough. Okay, this is my bed. And my dog, I think, is under there. Sasha Muniza, the director of the nearly finished Portrait of a Man Drowning, is behind the camera. And what I wanted to do was concentrate on books and see if I could feel better. Because I've been doing a lot of bitter stuff because I'm very angry about the world. But something good happened today. The first defendant in Trumpsville pled guilty. And that's just fantastic. That's a good start. But we also, another good thing happened this week, and if you didn't see it on Instagram, we got this book, Wailing Madness, Shame, and Death, and I'm trying to feel better. Wailing Madness, Shame, and Death by Wade Gavin. And one of the great things about running a press is you get to go and see what it actually looks like. I mean, I've seen this cover and all that. I didn't know that it was blank on the back. I like it though. You know, normally it would have something, you know, about a little summary that doesn't really do much for a book in most cases, unless it's a good detective novel. But you get this book, and you get 20. Look at that. Just look at that. I mean, I feel bad for W. Gavin because he can't do it. I sent him his 10 copies already. And so on. But I just wanted to show you, I mean, this is just a blast. I've done it with all the books in a couple of cases. Art, I emptied every book. I think there were 100. And yeah, I just reveled in it. I loved everything about it, including the cover, which is a painting, from a painting by a guy in Piran, just down the coast a little ways from us. And whoever buys this, you can have it for $9. So, all right. Don't take that serious. Don't write me and say, hey, where's that one for $9? Can I have that one? No, you can't. Well, yeah, you can. You'll never know if it's the same one. So what the fuck? Empty promises are better than none, is what I always tell my wife. Oh wait, I have to put them in here because, nah, I don't. I also wanted to say, for the first time in a while, we publish a lot of books. We printed a lot of books, and a lot of them are great. Bedraggling Grandma with Russian Snow by Joao Hayes. One of the best books that was written in the last 10 years, and I've got it. Another of the best in the last 10 years, Unidentified Man at Left of Photo by Jeff Bursey. Our first Canadian book from our first summer in operation. And here we got the worst seller, other than our two Spanish language books, Bori Proper's Cynicism Management, Cynicism Trilogy. The volume 1 is Cynicism Management, volume 2, Pendulum Pet. Great fun reading these, but you know, even though it's down to €5, nobody's buying them. Poetry, another one by Mark Douglas is coming out. And this stuff is really great. I forgot to tell Mark that I finished his book. Remember, Lies. Well, okay. And here is our art book. Finnegan slept here. That's James Joyce. Can you get a good shot of that? Yeah. Oh, there's the dog. Come on, Suleiman, Preeti Sam. Come on, get up here. Preeti Sam, that's Slovene for bad doggy. Okay. It's let's get a little closer here. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to come this close, but what do you think? You know, it's these drawings make me happy. I love these drawings, and there was one that I really love. Where was it? Oh, shit, I lost it. Well, anyway, there were so many I just passed that I love that doesn't really matter. Are you getting any of them? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Well, one thing I should tell you, Well, I'm just showing you some of the great books we got. A Pastoral, we ran out, and we've ordered 50 more. Abundant Circuity, we're out. We're about to order 50 more when we can. 7 Madmen and Flamethrowers is almost done, and we'll order 50 more. I mean, I don't know where we're going to get all this money from. But speaking of money, we have one of our readers paid for this book to be printed, and I can't remember if he wanted us to say his name or not. If so, it's probably in here. Did we credit him? If we didn't, then we weren't supposed to. If we did, we were. I can't remember, but I don't see his name. Anyway, the next one, Iris Broussard's, Chandler's daughter, we're publishing a book of her poetry and very short stories. And, it's going to be paid for by one of our readers, which is just a beautiful gesture. Here's our first flip book, David Vardaman. 2 novels. Suddenly This Summer and April is the Cruelest Month. Fantastic writer, Vardaman. I tried to describe him to someone the other day. I think I said the product of Edward Hopper and David Lynch. Yeah, but we published this one. This was the book that got us going. I published 2 books of my own because I had to get them away from a publisher who was supposed to publish them and missed five publication dates. So I got them back, and then I decided to just print them here and fuck it. And then I had some extra money. I thought, I can publish Vardaman. And man, I was so happy. This guy is terrific, and a great human being also. So we got 2 of those as a sort of a friendly gift to him. We had a little, our old printer had a little extra gold paper from doing, we made the first gold book we made was America and the Cult of the Cactus Boots, the 1-year anniversary. We used the gold paper, and there was some left, so we did the Rado letters and some copies of Vardaman's Angel of Sodom. We have more Vardaman somewhere, but I'll make a... There are people who think, Jesus, he's printing his own stuff. Well, the Driftless Trilogy was printed in France and taught in Tasmania, so fuck off. It's good stuff. This is our only large print book. I don't know, maybe large print books were from the days before glasses, but there you go. Purple West, Jonathan Trosclair. I once, I read this and I really enjoyed it, although it's takes place in the near future, and I don't like futuristic books and science fiction. And I really enjoyed this book, and I said something about it's a kind of book you'd find in an airport, and I didn't mean it like cheap crap. I meant it's a kind of book you'd say, hey, that looks interesting, and you'd buy it because you're at the airport, and then you start reading it, and you finish it on the plane. Here, The Lift, we got this man, Dmitri Kral, compared to Beckett, although he's not as good as Beckett. I have to say that, in my opinion. But if he's been compared to Beckett, well, this is a radio play, and it's terrific. And the man behind the camera works for this guy's brother. That's how I came across that. Chandler Broussard, The Wolf Leaps. We're also running... okay. Last copy of Broussard's Wake Up, we're almost there, but it's not a real copy. It's one that I put together because I found an extra cover, and it's not one that I can sell, but I'm glad that I found it. Glad I'm doing this. I hope you're glad too. Here's Zach Tanner's bad idea, publishing Swinburne, his complete novel, Love's Cross Currents. It's a beautiful book, so it was a great idea. Then Lesbia Brandon was another, and Speaking of books that you look at the airport and you'd say, huh, Orbo and the Godhead, great title, Luke Dellin, hey, what a nice cover. It just looks right at you in blue. And you read it on the plane and you think, God damn, who's publishing this shit? It's great. Then you got Bedraggling Grandma with Russian Snow. I ordered extra copies and then people stopped buying it. I don't know why. And then we got a bunch of Rick Harsch books, so we'll go through these very quickly. Throw them down the floor. This was supposed to be my best. A lot of people think this is my best. Some think that's my best. Some think that's my best. Some think that's my best. Nobody thinks any of these are my best, as far as I know, but it's my favorite book to hold. Speaking of gold, there's the Rado letters, and Tenderlopolis, the third Vesna Radic, she says is coming. It's called the Erotonomicon, which I can't wait to receive. Zach Tanner. Who is Zach Tanner, and where is he from? Nobody knows, but Oscar Submerges. He wrote twice, or two different covers. This is the popular cover, I think, but someday somebody's going to order this and get this, because we're going to run out of these first. We've sold a lot of those. People love that book. Highly regarded. Let's see that. Okay, there's another Vardaman, a play about Cotton Mather called Letters of Thanks from Hell. Guy's got away with titles. Orbo Fatland, our Indian writer, Deben Roy, Fatland. A bit of a satirical book. Jeff Bursey he writes a fine short story, is how I would summarize it. We don't have to throw that one on the bed, though. Jesus Christ. This is just, how's it going, Sasha? Good. I mean, as a film.
Good.
Okay, here's Lesbia Brandon. This was supposed to be a great cover, but I think that it just got too dark. I mean, in terms of shade. Wandering Stone, that's me writing about Isla. Sasha and I are going to do a documentary on that. Filthy Synecdoche, and who knows who wrote it. We didn't put the author on the front. I'm not sure if that was his idea or a mistake by Zach. But Ben Lieberman. And this is the kind of book you'd read, you'd be at the airport, you'd think, I don't know, if nobody wrote it, oh well, I love the cover. I could just sit and look at the cover the whole time. But it's an excellent book. I mean, I do not read submissions, although I don't not read the submissions. Sometimes you have to. And he caught me at a good time. I read 10 pages or so of that, and I thought, well, this fucker, at least he can write. Speaking of can write, W.D. Clark, another Canadian. This is called She Sang to Them, She Sang. This is called White Mythology. And the reason I'm here is because I'm prematurely getting to the big books. Zach Tanner's little book, Some Features of Living Matter in the Neighborhood of the Sun. A great cover and a poetic title, and an extremely good book with one zoological mistake, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. The Wolf Leaps, did we already look at that? Yes, we did. But here's Chandler Broussard at his most manic. Finnegan again. Oh, Entre Lunas. The Double Dealers. Okay, Chandler Broussard with an extraordinary introduction by Zach Tanner, a fantastic cover, front and back, and Iris Broussard wrote an afterword to this book. So this is the 40-euro book that we sell for just 10. Where's Chandler's other book? This one. Yeah, I don't know. We got a lot of these left. I must have bought a lot. I don't know. I must have printed a lot, I mean. So, okay, here's, I don't know why we haven't sold more of these, because look at that cover. Sasha, is that in a good place? Or should I move it?
It's in a good place.
Okay. But it's in Spanish, so I guess people would rather just read it than look at the cover. I just look at the cover and read it now and then. I mean, some of these sentences, una sonrisa que habían tenido que comprarse en alguna parte del camino para poder, it keeps going. Well, yeah, great writer, but you have to trust us on that because we can't read it. This is Vardaman at his peak, and this is actually Vardaman. I usually don't put the authors on the cover, but twice I have. This is David Vardaman, and this book has the story Easter, which is probably the best novella-length story I've ever read in my life. Fantastic, powerful, brutal, and all those things. And let's see, how did the press start? The Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas had to be published, but now it's in the hands of a great press in Los Angeles called Zero Gram. They publish Stephen Moore, and they publish the editor, Jim Gower, who wrote novel Explosives. Fantastic novel. Very, very, well, I don't know how to describe it. It's dense, brilliant, requires a great deal of vocabulary, but you never need to look it up because it's always surrounding one topic. A lot of technical language, and it's just a great book. It's very, yeah. And this was the other one of mine that came out right away, Walk Like a Duck. I just gave this to somebody, a writer named James Newlick, who I have to read, and you have to as well, because soon we're going to require an exam before people buy our books. They have to have read James Newlick, and they have to want this. And, okay, Flamethrowers, I didn't know that I was going to get permission, get my hands on The Seven Madmen, this is the second half, translated by Larry Riley, a working man. Seven Madmen, The Flamethrowers, one novel. This is the fantastic painting by a friend in Piran, and what a book. And let's see, just for those who don't get The Flamethrowers, we put it inside so they could look at it again. 20th century, I don't know. I'd rather read this again than Joyce, but except for Finnegan's Wake. But anyway, White Mythology, I think we already put that over there. Assume a Position. What are you trying to say, Jeff Percy? Huh? It's the third book of his that I've had to move from one side to the other. I had to, we're out of every other color of cactus boots, but they're still going like green thorny plants all over this desert landscape. You want me to slow down? Is that it? Sasha's making some strange lip movements. Are you gulping for air? Oh, a grouper. Yeah. Zach Tanner's Margie and the Atomic Brain. This is a brilliant book, but it's only a third, and the back is going to be, volume 1, 2, and 3 are going to form a picture that's like the cover, only different. And speaking of putting authors on the cover, this is the second example, my own, The Assassination of Olof Palme. And I did it because Sasha took this extraordinary picture of me smoking by an iron lung in Ljubljana, and it just made sense in many ways. This book should be selling a lot more. I'm not going to say much about my books, but I thought Circumnavigation Through Maritime History would sell a lot better, and I've heard nothing but good things from those who've read it. Same with The Periplus of Spertank Road, probably because the people who don't get it or don't like it are saying, what the fuck, why did you send that to me? Because I sent it to people free, a lot of them. So, I may not have gotten everybody's books. This is just, at one point this was all of our books in order of publication. That's no longer the case. I want to just take an extra second here, Sasha, if I have one, to say, why do you all want to spend 20 euros? Because these are the books that sell. You know, with the, I'd say that, you know, our best sellers are, well, this, A Bended Circuity, these two have sold well. This one I can't remember. This one is starting to sell better. This one was selling great. It had the record when it was taken away by Zero Gram. They gave me money, so not a lot, but these days you don't get a lot. And this one, I would say people are not well, it came out first in 2 volumes. So each of these sold around 50. And so a lot of people already read the book before they had the chance to get the 1 volume, which has almost no changes in it. Maybe none. We're missing 1 book by David Roy, and it's such a beautiful book that I'm going to go get it. Let me do that again, just to make sure, because Sasha likes to do 2 takes, at the least. Okay, I think we need more light on this book. What do you think, Sasha? Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
But if it's too beautiful, turn it around and then you get goofy. This is a Zach Tanner classic. Off-center. I think poor David Roy really wishes it wasn't off-center. But, well, it is off-center. Sorry, David. But it's just, I don't know where he found this, but it's so fucking goofy. That was going to be the front cover, but wisely, perhaps, David chose this. Supria at 50 is a unique short story. You'll never read another one like it. Some people will say, wow, what an experience. And other people will say, what happened? What's happening? I don't get it. And I like that in a short story. These are largely about the pains of emigration, migration, and so on. And it's very finely written, beautiful stuff. Sasha, how do we end it?
I don't know. That's up to you.
Okay, how much time do we got?
A minute.
A minute? I got nothing else to say. Thanks for tuning in, and you know, we got. Remember, you know, there's no reason to run out of reading material. We got a lot of books here. We throw in a lot of free ones with purchases, and I'm just gonna kind of casually put things in order, and Sasha can quit in the middle of a sentence if he feels like it, or you know, he can just keep filming all night long. I don't care. He's his own man, and that's more than I can say about most women. And so I use this. This is for water. Won't tell you what the water's for. You never know what biases people have or don't have. But I do feel better. I have I feel like I used a lot of energy in order to obtain a lot of energy. So I'm not saying that people in Gaza should be just running around as much as possible. That's still one of the ugliest situations that has occurred in my lifetime. And I was alive for most of the time that the U.S. was in Vietnam. I was alive for Fallujah. The connection there is white phosphorus. The Israelis are using white phosphorus, and you know, that's just one of those things. It's actually not forbidden in all circumstances. I heard the other day, and I'm wondering, like, you know, so when is it okay? It's you know, when there's people around. Well, if there's people around, you know, that's when it's going to do damage. If there's no people around, well, then you know, you don't have a problem. Nor would white phosphorus work. So I don't know. It's a pretty weird thing. But that's to say nothing of nuclear weapons. What are they for? Oh yeah, to kill the Japanese. Forgot about the Japanese. Yeah, you know, a lot of people forget about the Japanese. They're all the way over in Japan. And, you know, probably you can still feel a little bit of an edge, you know, amongst the Japanese people. Is this light for this thing here that we're doing, Sasha?
Yes.
Ah, good place for it. I mean, really, I'm not being sarcastic. I try not to be sarcastic in ways that can be interpreted as, you know, ugly or come on, buy that. It's a great book. As good as this, just different. It's funnier. It's funnier. Learn about Canadian writers. Learn about baseball in Italy and the fascism and what it left behind and what is still there. Chandler Broussard, every page of Broussard is worth reading. And are you still filming?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thanks for tuning in. I'll try to get this up today. Sasha, when are we going to have this up?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'll try to get this up tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Why, you keep raising the camera. I'm going to have to start. I can't jump. Okay. Bye. Bye.